morning Pillaging show. Chris4Raiders, oh, Raider Nation racing, oh, Pillaging just for Sundays, oh, Chris, you don't miss, Chris don't miss, Chris don't miss, when it comes to this Raider classic, we don't miss, Raider Nation, we don't miss.
Hey, good morning.
What is going on, guys?
Good morning, football fans. And we got a special guest today.
How you doing, Raider Nation?
Yeah, we got Chief in the building, man. Salute. You know, I know we had him on earlier in the season, and we talked about this matchup, you know, building up to, you know, the bye week and everything like that. And Chief is here to talk this matchup, man. It is in about an hour and a half-ish, so we almost there. It's almost time.
Well, I mean, if you remember when I first came on, I predicted 10 games, and it hasn't gone that way. And it's really on Geno Smith, right? The play from him. But I think all is forgotten if you go in an Arrowhead today and you win this football game, you go to 3-4, still your season, you still got a chance, right? You got that 2-game winning streak. You won in Tennessee, and then now you won in Arrowhead. So to go 3-4, it's big for them. This is like their season right here, I would say. 2-5, you're probably not going to go to the playoffs. But if they manage to go 3-4, somehow get a win today. I know they're big underdogs, but we all know AFC West, close games, like throw out the records. It doesn't matter how good the Chiefs are playing. It doesn't matter how bad the Raiders are playing. Somehow it's always like a 21-17 game, 23-17. That's what I'm predicting.
Yeah, you look at this way when the AFC race is pretty tight. I mean, you got the Chargers 4-2. You got the Broncos at 4-2, and you got the Chiefs at 3-3, and the Raiders at 2-4. Raiders win this game, the Chiefs and the Raiders be tied. The Raiders would be in third place because of a tiebreaker. They haven't played each other yet. The Broncos and Chargers haven't played each other yet, so they can sit there and beat each other up all they want to, and then we'll see from there. The fact is, like you said, this is a must win. This will be a great turning point for the Raiders organization. And as far as Geno Smith all forgiven, now we're not going to forgive him for what he did, because there's a couple of games he threw interceptions. We could have won those games, but it's not forgiven. But we'll probably get like, okay, let's see, can you do better type thing. You know what I mean?
You know, Chris, I went back and I looked at those 10 interceptions, and 4 of those were tipped.
Yeah.
So is it really? Is he playing really? I mean, I know he's making mistakes, but I mean, those were tip passes, a little unlucky on those 10. So I don't know. I mean, I think he's not really playing as bad as people think he is, but yeah, he's got a chance to rebound today for sure.
Yeah. Well, the Raider Nation don't see it. I see it your way. You're right. You're right. A lot with tip passes, but the nation, when you talk to them, they don't see it that way. We look at like, actually threw the ball to the other team and say, well, he really did. It's just tipping the air, and tip balls in the air is anybody's ball. But, he has a chance to, like you said, make up for it, have a decent game, not have a great game. He got to throw 400 yards, but he does have to control the ball, move the ball, and keep the ball in his hands. That's what you have to do.
That's the main key to winning for you guys today. He has to have 0 turnovers. If he turns the ball over one time, they're going to lose. He's got to have 240 yards passing, 2 or more touchdowns, and he's got to be mobile too on third down. That's how you beat this Chiefs defense. You run right up the middle on them, just like Trevor Lawrence did on that primetime game. So Geno, it's on him today, but Genty's got to take some pressure off him. Can't average the regular 4 yards per carry. This has got to be like 5.5 today. Some big yards, yards after contact too. I got to see him running over some Chiefs today. I mean, this is a game they need. So
Mm-hmm.
What kind of worries me about like the Chiefs defense too is that you guys go against Patrick Mahomes and that squad every day. So I mean, you guys see creative play after creative play. So I mean, really, that's kind of where our offense has been struggling too, is that anything vanilla that we do is not going to affect you guys because you guys have some of the best at the position, doing it, especially at the quarterback position. So that's what I know. It's not going to be the coverage for us. It's going to be when the coverage breaks down.
mm,
It's not going to be. We're gonna, like you said with Geno, he has to run. He has to be the forgotten man. They think they got everything covered, and then he uses his legs, just gets the few yards, gets the first down, and keeps us moving. Keeps Patrick on the sideline.
Jay, the Chiefs are in the back end of in the league in the rush defense. So they give up a lot of rushing yards per game. So if Genty and the Raiders can just hold on to this football, take some of this time of possession, I would say like 35 minutes to the Chiefs, 25 minutes in this game, about 10 more minutes, and they just control the clock and they keep it close, they got a chance.
Yeah, that's the key to the game. They had to keep Mahomes off the field because Mahomes is one of those guys. If you give him 2 minutes, he'll probably score more than likely.
Exactly.
We got to keep him off. We got to get a lead, keep him off the field. Don't let him get back on the field as much as possible. That means running the ball, short passes. Get the first down. Just keep driving, nickel and dime it down the field. Don't let Geno go out there and try to throw a 30-yard bomb unless the guy's wide open, of course. But just keep it right there in the range. Get 4 yards a pop. Then that's first down on 3 downs. That's what they have to do. In order to pull this game out. And on defense, they got to contain Patrick Mahomes. They got to keep him in that pocket because Mahomes is one of those guys who get out that pocket and he'll improvise every play. And the receivers know that. His tight ends know that. As soon as he start moving around the pocket, they go right back to him. The D-backs, the linebackers, they got to stay disciplined. Because see Mahomes running around. Don't get off your guy and go to him because he'll stop right there before the line of scrimmage and throw the ball. Then that's a 30-yard pass.
Exactly. I think the key is, they got to be able to get there with their front four. Last week, Crosby got 2 sacks. He's got to have 2 again this week. Jamal Adams, they got to be blitzing from that inside cornerback slot position or that linebacker position. And they got to be really getting Mahomes off his first read and, getting him, happy feet inside the pocket. That's really, if you let him just sit there and cover 3, which I think Pete Carroll's going to play today, he's just going to carve you up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I want to see more physical, man, because that's why when it's, I don't know. I don't know why we're running that zone and so soft, when the key is to be physical. Like as a DB, like you want to throw them off the route, throw the timing off, wherever they were supposed to be at that certain time, they're not going to be there because that first 5 yards, I'm making sure that I keep you busy, and it's like, we're not doing that. We're just waiting. It's like, we're basically playing not to get beat deep, which is
exactly.
Which I get it, but I don't, because it's like, I want to be aggressive. When we had Jack Jones, like some of those plays he made was because, sometimes he would gamble, but sometimes you have to, because that's the difference in beating the Chiefs. And as you see that game, that Jack Jones, when he intercepted Patrick, that was kind of how we had to do it because the offense wasn't going to get it done. So defense had to step up and do it. And I think it's a little of that this year too.
Yeah, they're playing that style of defense, bend, don't break. We'll let you get the yards, but we'll try to stop you when you get in the red zone. A lot of times that don't work. You got to stop them there when it's 3rd down and 5. Don't let them get a first down. Our 3rd down efficiency is pretty bad for the teams because they say first, 2nd down we don't have to worry about it because 3rd down we'll get it anyway against the Raiders defense because they play that soft, like you said, that soft coverage. You 5 year. They only need 5-6 yards for a first down. You play 5 yards off them. That's easy. That's pitch and catch. Because you get that 5, you probably get the 1. And that's kind of defense we're playing. Not playing
Chris, how do you think Caillou Blue Kelly has played this year?
lousy. I don't know why he's in there. I don't know why he's in there. I mean, I know they got a rookie backup, Porter. And I feel like this. Throw him in the fire.
Exactly. I was going to say the exact same thing.
You
I think
draft
he's ready to go.
Trial
You
by
put
fire.
him in a bigger corner like Porter, and you put him up against a guy like Worthy and press man, and just have him just shove him right at the line of scrimmage, get him off his mark. I don't think you could do it to Rashee Rice, but a guy like Worthy, a guy like Thornton, those skinny guys that aren't built very big, I think you can get them off their mark with a guy like Porter. But every time I see Caillou Blue Kelly, I see the back of his jersey. He's given up 24 receptions this year. It's 5th in the NFL. So
I think he's 3rd in most yards too. I gotta look at it again, but he's up there in the yards giving up. Like his rating is lousy. I don't see why he's on the field. On starting out on the field. Maybe you can put him in a dime package, but no, not starting out. Because Worthy, Rice, Thornton, they gonna eat him up alive in this game. They gonna eat him up. And I know if I was a head coach, offensive coordinator, you know who I'm picking on? Caillou. Caillou. I'm picking him every time. Hey, I'm not looking towards Stokes' way because Stokes is pretty good. But I'm looking at Caillou. Where's Caillou? Okay, that's where we're going. I'm putting my best sleeve on him. That's where we're going every time.
I'm a motion Worthy over to his side and confuse the hell out of him. You know what I mean? He won't know who to take, his guy or Worthy or whatever, and get stretched out. And that's what you do. That's just what smart teams do. They pick on the weak, whatever your weakest link is. That's what we're going for.
He's the weakest link in the
crazy thing about Kelly is he went to Stanford. This is a smart guy. He's really smart. He knows the playbook. I mean, from what I've heard, he just the playing on the field hasn't been there.
No, it hasn't. I had high hopes on him because he did good. And of course, that's spring training. Not spring training, but that's OTAs and all that stuff and training camp. I said, maybe we have something there. But then when it comes to real time, it's like, where did he go? He disappeared. Yeah. Somebody switched his jersey and put a rookie out on somebody else out there. You just gotta Pete Carroll got to wise up. Him and Patrick got to wise up. If they see what's going on, look at the stat sheet. Why is everybody's picking on him? Okay, well, don't put him out there. Put somebody new out there. See what we can do. Because me and Jason were talking to the backstage, Bennett was like that his first year. He was getting eaten alive. Second year, he improved a lot.
So, Ja'Cory Bennett.
Yeah, put Porter out there. See what we can do. If he gets burned, okay, well, it happens because he's a rookie. But let him learn. Like, you know what? That won't happen again. Let him take his body blows and then they'll get up off the canvas and go right back at it.
I was looking at some trades earlier, and one of them was Reek Wolin to the Raiders. A defensive back who's played well earlier in his career, but he's playing terrible right now. I don't know if you want to bring in a guy like that. Pete Carroll knows him in Seattle, but I think they're going to have to bring in a defensive back to help out, at least at the deadline.
I think we need a defensive back and an offensive guard. I know they brought back McLean Curtis, which was okay. I'm happy to see he's back with the Raiders, but is he that good? I don't know. Is he better than Parham? Maybe.
Probably.
But, they're trying that approach. But a D-bag, we definitely, because, we need another D-bag to complement Stokes.
Yeah, he's a pretty solid cornerback. Let me ask you something, Jay. Who, other than Genty, who's the best Raiders rookie this year that's played the best?
Dang. I would say Besh probably. You know what I mean? I think he's going to be good in this offense. Maybe not, from his play this year, but I think that's what we're kind of teetering with the whole Jacoby thing, is that if Besh can be a guy, then that means we have Tucker, Thornton for future young guys. You know what I mean? So we have a good starting 3, but then that's the thing. If he steps up, I mean, he could do the job. Like it's a lot of things combined. Because if Geno can hit him instead of the other team, but he's the type of player kind of like a Jacoby. Jacoby has a little bit, I think, more elusiveness. He's more like a kind of break a tackle, what I'm saying, like hard to tackle type of guy. But I feel I still wanted another wide receiver also, and when we got Amari, I thought Amari was going to be a good, at least compliment to, Myers and Bowers, but, we see how both those situations have played out. But yeah, I would say Besh because, we really haven't seen, Porter. I liked Porter as the pick, what I'm saying, but we haven't seen enough, good, I guess, during the season. So
I haven't seen enough. Chris, same question. Who do you think the best Raiders rookie, other than Genty, has played this year?
I'm kind of with Jason. I don't really see anybody other than Genty. I think Besh in last game, he looked pretty good. I think he probably steps up this game because he has to play more because we don't have Bowers. So I like his route running. I like his tenacity. His like, I'm not going down. You can hit me all you want to. I'm not going down. You got to really hit me to take me down. I like his tenacity. That's what it really lacks for the past few years, tenacity. I say Besh. I was high hopes on Thornton, but he seemed to take inspiration. Plus, he's kind of small. He need to go in that weight room and eat some grits and beans or something, and put some weight on. So, I hope that next year he'll be a little better, a little stronger, because he's not getting separation. You'll think he would, because I noticed that some DBs, when they line up against him, they are scared of his speed, but they realize, like, if he hits this guy one time, it'll slow him down. That's exactly what they're doing. So I want Besh to succeed. He's a second-round pick, so come on. You got to do something.
So you guys are both really looking for Jack Betch to come on. I remember that one play against the Colts, right? It was a 4th and 1, and Jack Betch goes in motion, and him and Genty run into each other. I'm not sure if you remember this play, but it pretty much summed up what Jack Betch's career, like, I don't know if he knows the playbook or what's going on, but he's slowly starting to figure it out. So I think you guys are right about that. I think he's going to eventually get it, and those boneheaded plays like that are going to stop, and he's going to eventually start getting first downs and touchdowns.
Well, you got to remember, he didn't really play with the Raiders for a little bit. He didn't have OTAs off. I forgot what happened, but he just now getting to the flow of it, on how to play.
Everybody's rooting for him. His story about his brother and the terrorist attack in New Orleans, like, I mean, dude, everyone's in his corner, even opposing fans. They want to see him succeed.
Yeah, I think he will. Because, like I said, he has good route running, the tenacity, and he has hands. And that's why what Jason said earlier, that the Jacoby thing right now is probably looking kind of grim. Because if Jack Betch break out and have a great game, Jacoby's gone.
Yeah, I mean, it's leverage, right? This Tucker, him kind of developing is kind of leverage with Jacoby, right? I don't think you're going to be paying him next year. This is last year. He could get dealt at the deadline, right?
Yeah, because they already reached out, made some phone calls. So, I like Jacoby Myers. He was a clutch for us, especially last year, because we only have one receiver and one tight end. But I understand he wants to get paid. That's understandable. I think they probably offered him some money, but I don't know if he want more. But if Jack Betch comes out and have a breakout game this game, and then next week, bye. You can stay if you want to.
What do you guys think the compensation for Myers would be out there?
Say 18 to 20 or something like that, like maybe 25 if he has a good agent, but I would say like 22-ish probably would be our max for him.
Look, he's making 33 now.
He's making 30.
What do you think the trade would be? The trade capital for Myers?
As far as a pick, I'll say a 4th round.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 4th rounder, or like a 5th and a 7th round pick swap or something like that.
Yeah, I'll take a 5th and a swap with somebody else they had that they're using, or a 4th round. He's not going higher than 3. I know that's not work.
I mean, it depends on the team if they're desperate, because like say if you're making a push, you just lost a receiver, you know what I'm saying, and you need to kind of keep going. Like say for like the Rams, like how they lost Puka. Now say if it was more permanent, and then so him and Devontae already work together, all this kind of stuff. There's so it would kind of be like, yeah, we could spend a 3 because we're going for this chip. So you know what I'm saying, but like I said, it depends.
What about the Patriots? You've already played them this year. You're not going to see them again. He can't hurt you. Trade him back to them. They want him. He's played there before, and I think you'll get a solid trade in return.
I can see that because he is McDowell's boy. So McDowell's did bring him in. I can see him going back to the Patriots. But it gotta be worth something. It can't be just something.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to win that trade. You're gonna have to win. I mean, they're getting a 100-yard wide receiver. I mean, you don't know. I mean, but he's in that range of 70 to 100 every single game.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows McDaniel's system, so that would be smart. Because I don't know who the receivers they have there. They got Diggs, right?
Yeah, Diggs, Booty, or Boutoir.
So yeah. But Kobe's not a field stretcher. He's not a guy that will go downfield and take a bomb. Mm-hmm. He has to work open. He's that mid-range guy who's a 3rd down receiver. 3rd down 6. He's right there by the sticks and they always get the first down.
And then that Al Davis style, you want a guy like Tucker, right? Tucker's the fly guy, that guy's going to get the quick touchdowns. Thornton, and then Jack Beck's your possession guy moving forward. So it's just got to work out. It's on Geno to really make these guys better. He's got to develop them.
Yeah, we got the formula. We got 2 guys that can stretch the field. We got Beck who can run those medium routes and get open. No, minus our tight ends missing, but we got the right receivers. But the thing is that, like you said, Geno has to get him the ball in a good spot. If they're double coverage, don't throw it away.
Let me ask you something, Chris. Do you think Bowers could have played today?
He probably could have, but I wouldn't play him. Because the knee, I don't want him to get hurt and be out for the rest of the year, or actually end this season, in his career. I mean, I really this is the last game. We got a bye week. Let him rest another week, get some more treatment. Get him fresh, get him ready. He could have. It said doubtful, questionable, but I wouldn't play him. This game is important. But it's not that important to sacrifice your best offensive player on the field.
True. I wanted him to play. I wanted your best. I wanted to see the Raiders' best out there. I didn't want any excuses that players were out or anything. I wanted him Bowers to play. But
yeah,
we'll see you guys again later in the season, so you'll probably see him then. But let's ask you a question, Chief. What do you think about Rice coming back? That's gonna be a big impact on the game.
Oh yeah. Mahomes is gonna find him early. He's gonna make a statement I think this game's gonna be on CBS, and the whole country is gonna be half the country is gonna be watching. So I see him getting the ball to Rasheed at least 4 times in the first half.
I see him trying to get him the first touchdown back. You know what I mean? Because when you have a quarterback that's good like that, it seems like every time someone comes back or whatever, they try to get him, TD or whatever. So I hope we know that. I hope we realize that. But
here's the play that they're going to do it on too, Jay. Mahomes is just going to take the snap, a quick throw out to Rasheed. He's got a blocker in front of him, and he's just going to bulldoze in for the touchdown. That's like the play that they like to do. Just throw quick out to him, get him in space, and he's usually can run over a guy who's big enough.
I see Caillou Kelly. I was gonna say
I see
they're gonna
they
oh,
go
yeah.
motion. Where's they go look at where's Caillou? Where's Caillou? Hey, you see motion him, and I can see the
Yeah.
ball every time.
I'm like, Chief called it. I'm like, Chief
Yeah,
called
well, that's what they're gonna do. Mahomes is gonna pick on Rice. That's what
Yeah.
most smart quarterbacks, smart OCs, and smart coaches do. They look for that weakest link in the team, the defense. Who's the weakest link? It's Caillou. Who's the weakest link on the defensive line? I'm gonna say Kuntz is. They're gonna run towards him. Although Kuntz is a better run defender, is a pass rusher.
They might look
So-
for Tyree.
Chiefs have a guy named Noel Williams too. A lot of people have been trying to pick on him.
Go Cal,
from
baby.
Cal. From
Yes,
Cal,
sir.
3rd round pick. He's been playing well. I can see the Raiders taking some shots at him today. Seeing what the rookie can do out there. Jalen Watson, I mean, he's not a top 20 cornerback, top 30 cornerback. He's solid though. But I think whoever McDuffie's on, he's gonna lock up.
Yeah.
So the Raiders are gonna take some shots today against Watson and Noel Williams.
We got to make Chris Jones run around because he's been getting lazy. I've seen him kind of not chase on some plays. So we got to, whatever that point is he gets to, we got to get him to that.
I can see him getting gassed a lot. He's tired. Like, hey, he's tired already. And he's been coming out of games a lot. Not like in the past. He's been all damn every down, but now he's starting to come out. So they got to gas him. They got to run away from him or run at him to make him work early. Because
Guys, I don't think Chris Jones is as scary as Chris Jones once was. I don't think this is the same guy.
Mm-mm.
I really don't. I mean, he's taking plays off. He's got 1 sack through 6 games. I mean, he's beating blockers and stuff. He's just a step slow to the quarterback.
That's him getting that big money, eating lobster and steak every damn night. You know, calm down.
Man, we've seen it happen to the best of them.
It does,
Yeah, Our defensive line. I mean, if there was any weakness to our defense, it's our pressure. We can't get home. We don't get home enough. We can't get our hand up to block down a pass. There might be 1 sack or 2 sacks a game, but other than Karlaftis, nobody's getting really any pressure.
Yeah, that's Karlaftis is the one that scares me the most of all.
Yeah,
Chris Jones, he's gonna do what he does. But Karlaftis is the one that's gonna scare me.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one like, okay, we watching Chris Jones, double team or whatever you're gonna do, but they got Karlaftis coming in. That's the guy I'm worried about. That's when we're probably getting up with 3 sacks or 2 sacks in a game, more before Chris Jones even get 1.
You know how you beat Karlaftis? You run right at him.
Yeah.
And I noticed that he'll get pushed off the line on run blocking. You run right at him in like the first half, kind of slows him down a little bit. Like if he doesn't get that sack early on in a game, like he kind of goes cold.
Just so this gets to Pete Carroll and Patrick Graham, guys, please share this. So, we still got a little bit before the game, so they can tighten up. Let's get it.
Yeah, just for me, is Pete Carroll going to be aggressive on defense? Is he just going to sit back and let these cornerbacks play off and throw quick throws out to Rasheed and Worthy, getting them in space? You got to be able to stop that. I mean, if you do give up a deep ball, oh well, but you can't give up these wide receiver screens, these bubble screens. Mahomes, they're going in motion. Mahomes just flips it to him like that. You can't give up that shit. You got to be right on the line of scrimmage. And it's on Crosby, Kuntz. This front four has to get pressure and take the pressure off the defensive backs.
Yeah. Like you said, Pete need to be aggressive on defense because you got nothing to lose, everything to win the game. You can be in 3rd place, you pull this game out. Or you be the bottom seller like you've been the past few years. So you got to gamble. You got to take risk. That's what Jason mentioned, Jack Jones. I liked him. He took chances, but there's some chances didn't work out. He got burned. But that's what you got to start doing. Take a chance. See what happens. Gamble. You're in Vegas, so you should know everything about gambling. So take a chance, take risk, blitz. Do all you can to get to the quarterback. But keep Mahomes in that pocket. Don't let him run around. Once they break containment, Mahomes is the most dangerous quarterback in NFL.
What did What did Jack Jones do that day to Patrick Mahomes? He took his soul. That's how you got to embarrass him. You got to reach in there and take his heart, rip it out, and let him know, hey, we're better today. And that's exactly, I think, what the Raiders have to do. You got to punch him in the mouth early, come out, get a quick touchdown, take the ball. Don't let the Chiefs have the ball right away. Take the ball, come out. You got to score 7 right away. If you go 3 and out, you punt the football. It's going to be a long day.
See, that's crazy. We talked about that and right before the show. I said the opposite. I said we have to pretty much kick the ball to them or to you guys, and then basically take the ball from them, score, and then be able to. Because I think the last time we played, you guys got it at halftime, and you guys scored before halftime. Took the ball from us the first, So it was like everything that could go wrong went wrong. So we have to do the opposite. But I mean, you're right. Like if we do get the ball, we have to score because you guys more than likely will score somehow, some way. And it's for
that first drive. That first drive, Jay, it's got to be like 7:30 off the clock.
Exactly.
I'm talking like a 10-play, 85 or no, I'm at 75-yard drive. And Genty, just a lot of 4 or 5-yard runs and just getting first downs, a little third manageables. It's got to be take a chunk off this first quarter.
Okay, I got a question in the chat. Raiders Shield, what's up, Nap, man? So, do we play with a spy, Jamal or Devin or Chin, or do we just play aggressive? What's your thoughts on that, Jason?
I'm gonna just say definitely Chin and Jamal, and then just leave either the. Dang it! I'm gonna send my biggest hitters at Mahomes. I mean, I would send the dogs. I would send Jamal and Chin, and then I would kind of leave Devin kind of in space, in the middle, but I would send them to get him because they're aggressive. They're going to either try to force the ball out, hit him, or, because with Devin, I would feel like he would get shook. He would get a pump fake and then, but I feel with Chin or like missiles, they'll get him.
What do you think, Chief? What do you think about that?
I think if you play with the spy, you got to disguise it. I think if Mahomes sees that you're playing with the spy, I mean, he's going to take advantage of it. He'll just throw it over the top of that dude. I mean, you got to disguise it like Lloyd did against Jacksonville. It wasn't like a running situation, but what Lloyd did is he acted like he was going to blitz. He was right on top of the line of scrimmage. As soon as Mahomes put his head down to snap the football, he backs out and then picks the ball off on a receiver. Mahomes tries to throw a quick throw. So that's how you gotta kind of confuse him. You got to do things like that because he's seen everything at this point. Yeah. Any type of defense. So Pete Carroll's got to dial some things up like that.
I agree with Jason. I would not have Devin spying on him. Jamal maybe, but I want Jamal to be there that like you said, disguise a blitz. Come to the line of scrimmage and then back off. I don't want anybody spying on Mahomes. The main reason why I don't think it's a spy, if the defensive line can keep him in that pocket, keep the middle of the field clean for the defense, it'd be fine. Because you put a spy on him, that takes away from the defense. Because Mahomes not going to see, like you said, he's going to see that. He's going to like, what, they're going to spy me? I'm going to fake him out and then throw the ball down deep or run a draw play or something like that. I wouldn't spy him, but I would keep it contained. And one thing I'm going to say like this, we can't have Mahomes going home with a clean, a dry clean bill. No dry clean bill. Jersey got to be dirty. You got to put him down. You got to hit him. Even though he got the pass off, make sure it's a clean hit. Get him dirty. Let him feel the ground. Once he feels the ground and, get touched, he's going to start thinking like he's going to hear footsteps coming. Like, oh, God, they're coming. So that's
about like maybe like just putting him on the dirt, like not like a cheap shot. Just as soon as he throws the football, just boom, just hitting him, just putting him on the ground, just early in this football game,
Yeah,
an introduction.
Shake him up a little bit, like just make sure, like just let him know, hey, Mahomes, by the way, we're here. We're in the backfield with you.
But sometimes I've seen that piss him off too. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I say. It's a beast, but you do have to be physical because him, not saying limping around, but like, you know, when he's kind of banged up and he's not able to do, you know, pretty much the magic. That's the best thing, because if you can limit his feet, you know, you force him, and then you can gamble. Then you know, okay, he's probably not going to run all the way, but you can kind of jump some routes and kind of see, because he wants to hit it deep. Like, I've been just kind of watching how they'll basically just separate everybody and get somebody on a one-on-one, and then he has the arm to get it to anybody, and he'll just float it up, and then most of the time, you know, it's either Worthy or somebody else just kind of getting under it. So that's what I say. We have to. Him dinking and dunking is the best for us, because if he gets to where, you know, say if it's Caillou separate, it's got Worthy, and Worthy gets past him, I mean, you know,
that's
cook.
That's what he gonna bank on.
So if you see the Chiefs in like a 4th and 1 situation today, here's a play that they like to do. They'll have Kareem Hunt like as a lined up in a wide receiver. Then they'll call him in motion to like an I formation to the fullback position. Just hand it off to him in that fullback position, and he's getting like 2 or 3 yards each time. And they've been doing that for a couple weeks in a row. If the Raiders been watching film, they can kind of plug up that gap on that play. So watch for that first 4th and 1 situation where the Chiefs go for it. If Kareem Hunt goes to that fullback position, can, you know, a Raiders defensive tackle plug up that gap and kind of get a turnover on downs right there for him. So, I mean, if you've been watching tape on this team and you know their short yardage, there's only a couple plays that they do. Mahomes rolls out to his right. He's either going to run it and he's got one option to throw, or they do that fullback position with Kareem Hunt where you run it right up hand it off to him, just full head of steam.
Yeah, Hunt. I remember Hunt used to give us problems the first trip with KC, and then, you know, he's a little bit older, but he could still, you know, break some tackles, and definitely, you know, we gotta bring at least 2 people to tackle him.
He ran over a guy last week against the Lions. But a big thing is the Chiefs are missing their rookie left tackle, Josh Simmons, out with a personal matter. He had a death in the family for the 2nd straight week. So Jalen Moore, a backup left tackle, going up against Max Crosby.
Well, we'll see how that works out, because I remember the Chargers had the same situation, but they had to bring another tackle, and he just like this Pimmons, was it Pimmons? I think so. Yeah, Pimmons. He just manhandled Crosby. So we'll see how that works. But Crosby started to the last couple of games starting to show the old Crosby what he used to be. He's starting to step up a little bit. So
I saw that movie he had against that Titans left tackle where he just put hands on him and he was on roller skates. The left tackle was.
Yeah, I was at that game. I saw that. What the heck? And that was the Crosby we've been waiting to see all year round. You know, he got his big paydays. Come on, let's see if you earn that money. Mm-hmm. But Crosby is not the focus or defense line. It's one guy that got to step up, and I keep saying this. Is that guy Kuntz? He hasn't really did everything. I know they gave him a 1-year deal, but you got a 1-year deal. You want to play again for this team or another team, you got to step up, because usually when guys on their final year of their contract, what they do, they ball out. They got 1 year, they ball out. And he's not balling out. You know, did he lose his edge? I don't know. But, dude, you got 1 year. And then when this contract's over with, they'll think I'm like, man, you do that good. We'll pick you up. You can be a backup. We'll pay you $5 million a year. That's where he's heading to. Because I like this contract. You know, I want to ball my ass out because I want more money next year. I want a guaranteed contract next year. And he's not stepping up.
That's what I thought one of their best additions was getting Kuntz back. And the thing is, they trusted him. I mean, right? Coming off the injury, they could have let him go, but they still had trust in him. And you're right, Chris. He hasn't played well.
And he's basically half in time with Tyree. So it's kind of like, you know, two to get one, you know. With Kuntz, I wouldn't have. I mean, I guess it's better than signing him full time, but I mean, I felt like after injury, you know, kind of wasn't the best. But I mean, at least we didn't pay him the big contract, and we kind of seen what he had. But he might be just playing it safe because, you know, coming off the injury, this coming up to this big payday, because, you know, no matter if he stays healthy, he gets paid somewhere, if it's with us or if it's somewhere else. So, I mean, I think, you know, it's half kind of just working on technique as he gets pretty much his body back to where he feels it was, you know, because sometimes it takes people a little bit longer mentally to get into that, you know, where you're not thinking about the injury, where you're just playing ball, you know. So,
But
and
I
it is
thought that
like
was going to be the reason why this defense was going to hold it together and win 10 games was the defensive line. And then not to bring up a bad situation, but you had the Christian Wilkins thing. I mean, that nobody expected that, right? And you know, Crosby hasn't played well. He played well last game, and Kuntz hasn't played well. I just thought that kind of messed things up, right? Just a horrible start to the year when you had that situation happen.
Yeah. Well, that's the Raiders for you. You always have something happening. This is
It's
we're,
always something, right? I mean,
we're,
but that was like more the player than anything. It sounded like he just didn't want to play football anymore.
yeah, well, we're like a soap opera days of our lives, man. There's always some drama going on with the Raiders every time.
But they're the most popular, right? Even though no matter what their record is, people want to know what's going on with the Raiders. They're one of the most popular. They're a global brand for a reason.
oh, the media loves when Raiders do bad. They love it. They have a lot to talk about. So that's you know we're media darlings. You know that people love to take shots at us, which I'm fine with. I don't care. They can do what they
They're
want
like
to.
that on the AFC, and then the Cowboys in the NFC, right? They like to take shots at those guys. So
Yeah,
it is what it is.
but the NFL doesn't do well unless both these teams are doing good, and they know that. You know, the Cowboys are supposed to be quote unquote America's team, and they're not showing up. Raiders supposed to be the bad boys of the football league. They're not showing up. So all that mystique is gone from both teams, and they're picking on the Raiders and the Cowboys to bring that mystique back because you know these two teams are the biggest brands in football, bar none. They sell tickets. They sell a lot of stuff. You know, because that money in that game they play in the Cowboys, these two teams don't really have a good chance of making the playoffs, but it's going to be the biggest game of the year. Because the ticket price for the Cowboys game is like, damn, that's my car note for 6 months. So, Jesus Christ. So that's what they want. They want that mystique back, but I don't know they're going to get it back anytime soon, but that's what they want.
You guys remember the Thanksgiving Day game, the Cowboys and the Raiders? It was a few years ago.
Yeah.
And the Raiders were big underdogs in that game. They won outright.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a fun game to watch.
Deshaun Jackson, that was that where he broke on that little side route and then broke it all the way to the house.
Yeah, see, they want that back, and they know it.
Here's a crazy stat. Out of the 6 games the Raiders have played this year, they've held opponents under 3 times under 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had probably 9. No, I was gonna say we like because there was that's our thing. Like defense has to give the offense multiple opportunities because for some reason we've been super dry, and it just takes that rhythm. You know, I think last year's offense was a lot worse. But then see that's the thing. We injuries crippled us again with Bowers and all these different injuries because Bowers was like the wild card. And I feel like we talked about Besh. I feel like Besh should get some of those routes. You know what I mean? Because with like I don't know the Jacoby thing or whatever, but with Besh, he could kind of do what Bowers because he can block and he can receive. You know what I mean? So he can kind of fill in some of those routes of what Bowers used to do. So I hope Chip kind of, because instead of scrapping the whole playbook, you could just let's plug him in here, see if he could do some of this stuff, and then that way it'll help everybody else too. Because even Mayer, it'll be taking some pressure off Mayer, and just if Geno can just get them the ball, that's what worries me is him holding on to the ball. Don't be a hero today. Just get the playmakers the ball. Just divvy out. Don't take a hit and fumble. Don't try to go for something crazy. Because I mean, I'd rather you take what you see and it's 100% there instead of taking a 50-50 ball. Take what's there. You have to take what's there, man, because Patrick's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna take whatever we give up.
You know what? I see your point, but I'm looking at the schedule. The AFC West has some very interesting games today. You got the Jets going against Denver. And not Jets, Giants. And Giants they lost some games, but they have been looking better and better each game. That could be a upset right there. Because Denver supposed to be the team to take over the Chiefs. I mean, they're in first place or tied first place, but they haven't really looked that impressive to me on film, on tape, and all the games I watched. They had one good game, but then the rest of the games were kind of like mediocre to me.
All these teams are beatable. I don't think there's any team in the AFC that anyone really is scared of, even Buffalo, even a team like the Colts, right? I mean, I just think that it's wide open this year.
Yeah, the Colts play the Chargers. And the Colts look good. So this AFC, we always predict the AFC, it's going to be Buffalo, it's going to be Kansas City, probably Pittsburgh, Baltimore. It's going to be we always pick those 4 or 5 teams that are always going to make it. Now, we don't know what's going on. So it's anybody's AFC now, especially early, because we know by this game, we know who's there, who's going to make it. Now it's like, any one of these is going to flop in a heartbeat. One injury away, and they're done for the season.
Yeah.
So the Chargers lost to the Giants. Did you see that? That was Jackson Dart's first start.
Yeah.
And he was killing them on the ground. Mobility, I think he had like a 45-yard run. The Chargers couldn't do anything. And they got home on Justin Herbert. Their offensive line is shaky right now. They lost their left tackle in the training camp.
Yeah, they gave all that big money and he's hurt. Let's go. We got to get that big payday and he got hurt. Like, wow, that's what happens.
Hampton's out. What's his name?
Najee Harris.
Yeah, Najee's out.
Yeah. Yeah, they got to play Indiana. Indiana is no slouch because they're playing good right now. Well, we saw it. They're 5-1. So, like I said, there's a chance for the Raiders to make some grounds. They win this game. Giants can beat Denver, and Colts can beat the Chargers. So they be 4-3, 4-3, 3-4, 3-4, and 4. It's one game, and then we go into the bye. So this opportunity that they can take, but knowing the Raiders, they won't take advantage of the opportunity. That's how we are.
So you're exactly right. This season hasn't gone the way it's been expected, but today, I mean, you can get right back in the swing of things. That's why today's game is so important, and it's really, it's the must win. I mean, we've said it before. I mean, if they lose this football game, the Raiders aren't going to the playoffs. They're going to be have a top 10 pick, and it's really how motivated are they today to go out there and at least give them a shot. It's going to be a close game. They're not going to blow the Chiefs out. The way that they're going to win is 23-20, 20-17, a close game like that.
Well, I had the Chiefs win a game 23-17. It'll be close like that. Touchdown away, we don't get it. So that's what I have. I'm a Raider fan, but I'm a realist. I'm a realist too. I see the writing on the wall. Hopefully my prediction comes out wrong. I'm begging I'm wrong. But that's what I look at in real time. The Raiders because the last few games, we beat Tennessee. Well, pretty much who hasn't besides the Cardinals? That team's not ready yet. They haven't been ready for years.
Yeah.
So that game, we should have scored 35 points on them at least or something like that nature. We could just round it down the field with them, but we didn't. And then they had a chance to come back and win that game or tie it up. So
I'd like to hear you guys' take on the Chiefs got 0 penalties last week. Do you think they will be under a microscope this week?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that they will have at least 6-7 penalties because of 0 last week?
I think the NFL reviewed that game, probably watching. Okay, these guys are back. I mean, you can go to a game without getting penalties, but there are some penalties that they could have called, they didn't, and the penalties they shouldn't call, they did against the other team. So they're gonna be on the microscope. This referee crew is gonna be out there is gonna be on a microscope.
Did you see the first drive for the Chiefs? Holding, bringing it back just to make a statement, right? Call a penalty on the Chiefs just to make a statement that it's not being rigged or anything like that.
Well, I mentioned earlier another show that the referees are a team, like football team. They're a team, and the best referee group gets to go to the playoffs and Super Bowl. That means more money in their pocket. So they're gonna try to do their best to not do anything stupid. Like the last year's crew that they got demoted, whatever happened to them, they weren't gonna know. They won't touch the Super Bowl. But each group, each team, each referee team will do their best to make the right calls. Because the NFL is looking like, okay, you guys are trying out to coach the biggest game of the year. More money in your pocket. The referees don't get paid like NFL players. They don't have no contracts. They get paid, but when season's over with, they're pretty much done for the year. They go back to their regular jobs. So they're gonna try out and look good.
Yeah, I hope this is the game that they try to, if it's, oh no, you see the Chiefs aren't cheating. Look, they got more penalties than the Raiders today. I just hope it's today, and then we benefit from it. But and Chief, you guys know that you guys don't really need this game. You guys have the potential to tear off 7 and 8 in a row. We don't, so we need this, So we just let us have this game. And then I just want to play the Chiefs 3 times a year. You know what I mean? I want to do this in the playoffs, and we're getting a lot of practice. We just got to get better at closing and finishing. And I get, as a Raider fan, I'm pretty sure Chris can vouch for this. Around like the third and fourth quarter, that's where it seems like we fall apart and we forget how to score. And it's just like that's when we're like, okay, we need a long drive. Then we go 3 and out. You know what I mean? It's like
how ironic would this be if Mahomes somehow hurt his ankle, clipboard Jesus, Gardner Minshew comes in this football game.
That would be. I thought of that a couple weeks ago. That would be crazy.
If he comes in there and win this game for him, I'll be like, God damn it. But the Raiders, they do that. They get a lead. Okay, we're leading at halftime. We're 10-7 halftime. Then they go in the third quarter. Let's protect this lead. No, let's go and put your foot in their throat and keep going down the field like you did before. That's what they do every year. They do that every time. They get the lead. Just like the last game, they had a lead and they just got conservative. Like they're playing to protect the lead instead of playing to build the lead. If we do it against Chiefs, we're gonna get crushed. Because one thing about Mahomes and the Chiefs, if they have a slight chance, a slight crack, they're gonna go right through that crack and just terrorize.
Points off turnovers. That's how we've been able to win a lot of these games through the years. Is points off turnovers. As soon as we smell blood in the water, you're done, right? Yeah. We're gonna capitalize. Eventually, give him the ball back. You make a mistake. Mahomes is going to find a way eventually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like I said, so they smell blood in the water, they're going to go at it. They're going to go for your throat. We don't do that. We smell blood in the water. We swim away from it. Like, blood in the water. Get away. No, we need to go after it.
But how confident are you guys going into Arrowhead after the last couple of years you played well?
That's kind of the only thing that's kind of giving me a little hope is because we have Max. Because as long as Max is on this team, he knows how bad we want these games. And I'm pretty sure like him, Devin White, even Jamal Adams, like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like those are the types that get fired up for games like this. And that's what it's going to take. Someone getting pissed off. Like someone not take, you guys are a good team, definitely. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like one of the best in the league, top 5 for sure.
They're dangerous. Chiefs are a dangerous team.
Yeah, and it's like until someone decides that they don't care about that, and that winning means more than, you know what I'm saying, then we're always going to be losing these games, but it's going to take someone to be like, I'm not losing this game. We're not, they're not better than us. That, it's a mentality, so we just have to have that mentality and have it all the way to the end. We can't come out, shoot our load in the first quarter and then not do anything for the rest of the game. We have to, do what we do, learn from what they're trying to do, stop that, but at the same time, see the holes or where we can kind of maneuver on offense. That's the thing I want them to do. Don't go to the sideline with your head down, Geno. Figure it out. Talk to your boys like, hey, what did you guys see? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Okay, they were taking the inside. Okay, cool. We're going to hit you outside next time. Just all that's what it's going to take. Just perfecting everything. That's why I say when we run these plays and we scrap them, that's so silly, because you can run a play, see what the defense, how they respond to it, and then you can finesse something under. Like, okay, instead of you going deep, we're just going to run you on a little drag or a little slant right here, and then just get you open. It's going to take that communication. I don't see the guys talking like they should be, on the sideline. It's just kind of like where they're mad that the last play didn't work. I'm like, okay, but what are we going to do moving forward? So
all right, quick PSA announcement. Hey, Sonya, thanks for coming in. Okay, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe to our channel. That's Chief, how he spoke up there. He has his own channel. He's a good guy. That's why we like him on the show. He tells it like it's real. He's a Chiefs fan, but he explains like it's real. So go and check his channel out. I know he's in competition. He's the hated rivals, but he's still a good guy. And above me is Raider Nation Jason. He's streaming on his show. Make sure you like, subscribe to him. And also, I'm Chris4Raiders. I'm 120 away from 500. I told you if I get 500, you know what happens. So hit the like, subscribe. And Sonya, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Chris, you want to know what's crazy is I've met more Raiders fans on here than Chiefs fans on my channel. I've had more Raiders engagement than I have Chiefs fan engagement. So it's kind of like I've became cool with a lot of Raiders fans out there, and it sucks that it hasn't gone the way that you guys expected, but today could change things. It really could. I mean, if you go into Arrowhead and win as 12-point underdogs, like, you're the talk of the town tomorrow.
Sonya, yeah, he could play today. We talked about that earlier. He could, but then they're going to send him resting because after this game, it's a bye week. They're going to let him heal because we don't see your boy. His boy is Brock Bowers. It says she's Georgia.
Oh, really?
He's not going to play. I wouldn't play him today now because you want to get out there and injure more than he's out for the rest of the year or see a career-ending injury. So he won't be playing today, but he'll be back probably after the bye week. So he's still out.
That's a good take, Chris. But I think I would have had him out there as a decoy. Even if you're not gonna, throw him out there a couple plays, and if he's not 100%, I mean, just throw him out there. Maybe some blocking situations. Have a decoy on third down. I mean, have someone come underneath of him. Have him open some things up.
Tucker over the top. Bam.
You know what? That's what a lot of injuries happen. The unexpected play, blocking, somebody falling back of your leg, but your knee, doing that. That's why I wouldn't take a chance on him. I would not put him out there at all.
You're probably right at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Not
because most offensive linemen and most of these guys, how they get injured? Somebody falls in the back of their leg, or they cut on the field wrong, a non-contact injury. I wouldn't even take a chance on that. Because he's the most valuable offensive player we have, bar none. Next to probably Genty.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably it. But I wouldn't take that chance because without him, the Raiders offense has been kind of sluggish. Because you don't have that go-to guy. My Mayor showed up last week and hoping to continue doing that.
You know what I wanted to see too is say Mostert, like you have your receivers out, you got Genty, single back, then you motion Mostert into a jet and give him the ball. You know what I mean? It's just something different, just something that they wouldn't be, because they're going to be like looking at Genty, and then all of a sudden you swing Mostert, so they got to kind of, well, what's this? And then I would give it to him because he has the speed to, do something with it.
Jay, you're big on that two-headed monster. Yeah, I've listened to you talk a lot. You're big on, you want a running back and then another guy in there, and I was kind of more like, you draft a guy at 6, throw him out there 25 times, give him 25 carries. And one game, Genty had a good game. I mean, they've given him the ball since he came out and said he wanted it more, but he's got to do more than 4 yards per carry. 23 carries, 75 yards last week. He got to do more than that. He got to do way more than that. He's got to find some holes, be patient.
Yeah, it's how they give
last week they saw that Geno wasn't doing anything, and then most they're gonna stack that box. That's what they was stacking that box. And then they try to run Genty on inside, which is our weakest offensive line spot, is those two guards. Well, that one guard. Now they say JPJ's okay. And they're trying to run inside. Why is he running inside? I don't know. Have him sweep outside. You know, they try, and they have Mozart try to run inside. Like Mozart is not that kind of running back. He's an outside guy.
Yeah,
he does his damage on the outside. You know, go against the linebackers and D-backs. He's not an inside runner, and they had him running inside, which doesn't make no sense to me.
That's what I don't get when Chip Kelly does that. Like, we'll make a good play, and then he'll go to that inside run. I'm like, bro, stretch the defense out. You're running, you're losing your smallest player. You know, he's a beast, but he's your smallest player into the biggest teeth of the defense. You know, the biggest pieces, the DTs and all that. Like, get him to the outside where he can, you know, shake some DBs and backers.
Damn, the Rams are destroying the Jacksonville Jaguars. Your boy Devontae caught a touchdown. Kill him.
Another, damn, I think that's 3, because I seen he had 2 earlier.
Nice catch. Yeah.
I still remember when Devontae, you guys remember when Devontae pushed that security guard and KC's going off the field early and he just smacks that guy down. Yeah. The guy's on the ground and he's so scared. He's like, oh my God. I thought Devontae was going to step on him or something.
Yeah, I think he wanted to sue Devontae and said, no, you're in the way, dude. He was walking through and you're in the way. He pushed you. Get out the way.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That was McDaniel's first year. And that was when we were losing all those like games within, I think, a score. And yeah, that's where Devontae and Renfro ran into each other that last play of the game.
They could have won, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was wicked, bro. That was because you know that's the typical Raider game where we're in it to the end, and it's like, oh, we can do this, and then that happens.
But I'm telling you, don't you guys always play this well at Arrowhead? It's like the game is always close. How the hell could it be a 12-point spread? I don't. If you're not putting your money on plus 650, the Raiders, I would at least take a shot at it. Throw 20 on it. Shit.
Right. I know, right?
This is a bettor's dream. I feel like games like this, when they have the Chiefs up like that, that's when the betting world can win. You know, bet on the Raiders, man. You know, because it's
off that one.
Hell yeah.
I like Sonya's take right quick. Brock won't play that though. He's out there. He's gonna play full force. That's what I saw. Now keep him out. Just let him just watch the game. Let him relax, get better. So yeah, I won't do about that.
I thought, you know, maybe put him out there 80% and you just have him run a few routes, you know, have him, you know, just maybe 3 catches, 20 yards or something like that on some underneath routes. But
yeah, he'll take that one tackle, one hit that could just like boom, he's out for the season. I don't want to see that. Because we still got a lot of games left. This is game 7. We still got 10 games left to play. So I wouldn't take that chance. But yeah, I see you saying put a decoy because the defense now is not worried about the Raiders' offense because the biggest threat is not in the game. That's like you guys playing without Kelsey. Well, Kelsey's not in the game, so he should be better. But then again, you know, the other guys will step up. That's why Mayer or that dude Ian Thomas that we picked up or somebody else step up too. And nobody has stepped up yet.
So Kelsey isn't even really in a lot of these. He's in on 3rd down, but it's more Noah Gray on 1st and 2nd, and Kelsey's comes in 2nd and 3rd sometimes. But yeah, they been playing Noah Gray more than Kelsey, trying to keep Kelsey fresh for the rest of the way.
Yeah, but it's that threat on 3rd down. He always catches that ball on 3rd down. So that's the threat.
Exactly, you know? Chris.
Because you know Kelsey's not in every down, so they forget about him. Also, he comes in and they forget about him again. Then he makes that catch. Always, that's Mahomes' go-to guy.
Chief.
Oh yeah, that's a cheat code. Exactly right. That's the connection.
Chief, do you think this is Kelsey's last year?
I hope so, man. I'm tired of it, honestly, bro. The off the field stuff.
Well, you're not
Yeah.
tired. You're not tired of seeing Taylor Swift in the stands. Come on now.
The first year was cool just because you could kind of like troll people about it, other fans, and then it just started getting over the top for me. I'm glad they're getting married. It wasn't a publicity stunt. But yeah, I'm ready for him to see him in movies. He's gonna be in movies. He's gonna be doing shit like that moving forward. He's probably gonna be like the new The Rock, I bet.
He was playing moves with his brother because his brother's doing all these commercials. So, they got the Kelsey the brothers. They have their own show, like what they call that, house rehab show where they build up houses and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah.
He actually seems like a cool person, but by him being a chief and like what he's done to us for these years, it's kind of made me not like him. But I'm pretty sure he's a cool dude, So I hope I can come to a point where, I could get over the, the bitterness of, because he is a good player. I don't know what it is.
His first girlfriend was banging Kayla Nicole.
Yeah,
So,
I remember.
He's got different types of flavors. He's a good dude.
Yeah. I think it's just because when he, he's a dog, man. Like, cause he'll talk shit and all that, and like it'll just be like, oh, because I remember those games he used to get like 200, 2 touchdowns. Back when Tyreek Hill was there, when you guys used to tear us up.
Yeah, man. It's sad to see him get injured. Some Chiefs content creators that I follow, they wanted him back bad. They wanted the Dolphins. They thought it was realistic that the Dolphins would trade him back. And
I thought he was coming back to the Chiefs. And damn, you guys got Worthy and Tyreek Hill. Jesus Christ, man! You guys run a drag race here because not drag race, but the speed demon race. Like just down the field, just go down the field. Nobody gonna catch him.
I couldn't see the Dolphins doing it unless they got more back than they gave up for him. I think it was a first-round pick, a bunch of picks. So it's just not right. He's 30 years old, and he's bringing a lot of baggage over there from Miami. Just
and 17 years.
I seen where you guys were thinking about getting, was that Breece Hall from the Jets? Is that true?
Now I might be more along because I think he's 25, 26. Now that one would be, I would like that one a little bit more, but Pacheco, Kareem Hunt, and Brashard Smith, a 7th round pick out of SMU, is just fine for me. I don't think we need to reach and give up draft capital for Breezy Smith or Alvin Kamara, any one of those guys. Mm-hmm. I'm good with what we have at the running back position.
That's right. I did hear the Kamara thing too. That would have been crazy too.
Kamara's kind of getting up in age. He's still productive, but it's getting up there in age, and plus he had a couple of injuries. I won't give up much for him, but he is a valuable player. I give that. That's the only thing the Saints have is Kamara. Other than that, they don't have anything going for him.
Think about it though. If you're the Saints, do you really want to give up Kamara for like a 6th round pick? He's done so much for your franchise. That would be disrespectful, right? I'm looking for a 2nd or 3rd. If I'm going to give up my guy, but he's 30 years old, averaging 3.8 yards per carry. So.
Mario.
Yeah, that's their whole offense. Well, him, they would really be doing anything. Well, they got a couple of players that's doing things, but a 6th round pick for him, that's a steal for the other team. That's a loss for you if you give him up a 6th round. You got to be a 3rd or better, at least. Yeah. I know he's up there in age, but still, he's a valuable player. He still can run.
I can't see a GM doing that just because of the fact that it's a young running back. You're not going to get a guy 30 years old to run in the running back position.
No, they're very rare. So
I see Breezy Hall being more of a realistic trade for the Chiefs if they did want to make a move. But again, you're going to have to give up a ton for him.
Yeah. That's why I don't think we're going to make any moves as far as getting, going to get players, because I think basically it depends on how, this game shakes out the next, of how we're either focusing on next year, seeing what we got on the roster and then kind of moving towards getting prepared for next season. But I really don't see us making unless we say we go on a tear. Well, we got to win this game first. But I don't know anything that's gonna kind of, not one move is gonna, change really. Yeah, it's really not gonna do much, and I think we need our picks more than we do need players.
Well, the good news is that after the bye, we do get a safety back, Lion Johnson. They did move that, let's say, Clinton Curtis to a practice squad. So they're making little small changes, and they see what's going on. And see, that's why I do like this coaching staff is that they see, wow, we need help at that position. So they bring in guys in. They're not going to be a big change to move the needle, like you said, but at least they're doing things. I think looking forward, they just want to have a decent season. They don't want to be the bottom of the barrel and have the first pick overall. So I don't want that. I mean, it'd be nice, but I don't want that. I think they're doing okay now. We see, because I keep reminding people like Pete Carroll's first year with any team wasn't that good. It was decent, but wasn't that a playoff contending team. His second, third year, and all that stuff. That's when he started building up and getting better and better and better and better. So I know he only had 3 years here. No, maybe 4, but he gotta build. He gotta start building things because most of his team is not his players. Most of his teams are the other regime's players.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't draft these guys. Despite that, they draft these guys. They on a chance. Some got cut, or got released, or went somewhere else. So he got to build his team in his eyes. What do you want to see? He started to do that early in the season. We were high on that, but some players haven't worked out yet. Next year will be a different story. I'm not going to that next year thing because I don't go for that. But I'm just saying, just keep in mind he doesn't do well his first year as a head coach.
Do you think that's been the problem though? Is a lot of these the trust isn't there because they're not his guys that he brought in?
Yeah, and he has to kind of learn pretty much what they can do and what they can't too. Because as a coach, like you don't want to go into the game getting rid of everybody because it's going to be like, oh, he's not even seeing what's on the team. So at least I think he tried to develop as many. Like look at Jonah
Lalu.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
yeah.
a young player like that after Wilkins left, pretty much basically he had to step up and pretty much he's been making an impact. So I mean, but we wouldn't have known that if he had to say went out and got a free agent or somebody like that. But of course we could be doing better. But at least it's good to see some some sparks here and there. Like when he brought Jamal Adams and Devin White, like he plucked certain players, to kind of help this defense, which I'm glad. Because it's taken a while, but they're starting to kind of gel and figure each other out. Like defense, I'm not too worried about. Yeah, we have our weaknesses at some corner positions, but I feel like the defense will figure it out. And once they kind of all figure it out together, it's kind of like clockwork. But the offense, we need them to figure it out too, just as fast though.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So what's your guys' predictions for today?
Oh, I already said the Chiefs. Like I said, they can hate me. You want to Raider fans? I don't care. I'm gonna say I'm being real. If I was being a Raider fan, I'll say the Raiders win 45-16. But as realistically speaking, I see the Chiefs beating us 27. What did I say? They're gonna lose 27-16 or 13. Well, I forgot what I said. But they're gonna lose. It's gonna be a close game all the way through to the very end. The halftime score might be 16 or 13 at halftime, and then the Chiefs just pull ahead, just beat us. That's what I'm looking at. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully I'm wrong.
Like weather's not going to be an issue.
No, it's not going to be ice cold like it usually is.
So I mean, it should be able to move the football. Yeah, and I'm with you. I think it's going to be a 1-score game, low scoring. And I think we had the exact same score. I said 23-17.
Nice. So
yeah,
I got
23-17 Chiefs.
Yeah. So I said it's not gonna be a blowout by any stretch of because the Raiders' defense is not really that bad if you look at it. Yeah, like I said, they don't give that many points up. They only got that one that Indy game got to reach. Yeah, the Colts. That one game got to reach. But that was a close game for a long time until they just broke down.
Yeah, but Geno threw that bad interception where I think it was Blackman for the Colts. Remember,
Yeah.
he tried to force it into Thornton, and Blackman came off of his guy because he
Came
saw
out.
Geno just staring down that Thornton and just stepped in front of that one. So Geno's got to be able to look some guys off today. So it's on him, really.
Yeah.
Go through his progressions.
Yeah, he stares receivers down like,
Yeah.
Jesus, dude, look off the guy. Stare up a little bit, then look off into somebody else.
Yeah.
You know the play ball, you know where the ball supposed to go, so look at somebody else as a decoy, then throw somewhere else. You know, that's coaching. That has nothing to do with Geno's talent. That's coaching.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Like he has to learn because that's what Mahomes does well. He'll look one way and then, to make the defense move and then bam, shoot it to whoever, he's trying to get it to. And that's what Geno has to learn, how to pump fake, to move and then get it to who, it's deception because you cannot stare down because they're just going to wait. And they know your motion by now. They've watched you on tape for weeks. You know what I'm saying? So they know, they know your tails. And that's why this is the week where you change things up. Like whatever your tail is, you're giving up that tail just to do something else because you know that they're on you.
Jay, it's pre-snap. He's got to be able to tell where those Chiefs linebackers are going to be. Tranquil and Bolton are coming, right? Chanel's not really the blitzer, but Tranquil and Bolton, he's got to know where those guys are at full time. I think the Chiefs front four hasn't been getting home at all, really. So the Raiders can block and give him time out there. I can see that. Yeah, it's going to be in a good AFC West game, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So as we wind down here, Chief, got any final thoughts? Because it's 10 minutes of game time. I'm gonna go get ready. Go get my snacks on.
Yeah, definitely. Final thoughts. Just I think the perception of this game was a Chiefs blowout, but anyone that has watched this game in Arrowhead the past 5-6 years knows it's close. And I think that
there you go.
It's gonna be a close game. I just think that the perception's wrong.
There go the Chiefs fans in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got one. We go.
We have time. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout because we play AFC guys twice a year, AFC West twice a year, and most of the games, 90% of the games are always close. They always come down to the end of the game. So I don't see. Like I said, I should put money on that 11.5 points or 12-point favorite. Like you should put some money on that because I don't see that unless the Raiders just fall apart.
Yeah, we want to end the game with the ball because we do not. With Patrick on the sideline with his tongue hanging out is how we want him this game. Well, at the fourth quarter, we're just wanting the ball back, and then us just doing what we have to do. I want the most creative Chip Kelly plays. Our most efficient plays have to, lock this game in because it's gonna. Whoever has the ball last, I believe, will win the game.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I'm gonna cut out, and we'll talk after the game, and hopefully we see a good one.
And you're always welcome to come in, Chief. Nice talking with you, brother.
Good talking to you guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you too, brother. Good luck today. Hopefully Patrick stomped his toe right before the game, though. But
anyway, we're going to. So I like having Chief on because he's real. He's not one of those guys, So, but anyway, Jason, I'm going to go get ready.
Yes, sir.
Meet me at the end of the show. I'm going to go do something right quick. Meet me stay in the studio. I'll be right back.
Okay, for sure.
All right, guys. With that being said, Raiders and Chiefs today at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 o'clock Eastern. Let's get out there. Let's root for them. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We win this game. We be in third place because we had a tiebreaker with the Chiefs. And depending on what the chokers and the donkeys do today, they both can't lose. And they'll be one game back. So that is in a nutshell. That is a nutshell right there. We could get back in the race. We could look better because it's still tight race right now. So anyway, with that being said, Jason.
Yeah, buddy, man. I ain't got to get y'all fired up, man. It's here. It is time. So we just need to do what we do. Let's get behind our quarterback, man, and just hope he balls out, and all will be forgiven for me. I can rest through the bye. 2 good weeks of a win, and we back in it, man. So let's do this, man. The NFL needs the Raiders, man. So let's do this.
It's like like faded 420 finger and said, let's go. Let's effing go.
Let's effing go.
All right, guys, we'll see you guys in the next podcast. Have a good one.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
It's the Sunday morning Pillaging show. Chris4Raiders, oh, Raider Nation chasing, oh, Pillaging just for Sunday, oh, me and Chris, we don't miss, oh, me and Chris don't miss, oh, me and Chris don't miss, when it comes to this Raider